In this tutorial, we will be using SwiftData to create a CRUD application. The features of the application will enable the user to add a new person, update a person, delete a person, and list all people in the database. So here it is on the screen here. So this is the application we'll be creating. This is all the listing of the people from the database. So we can delete a person if we want to. We just swipe it. So we can delete Mark, and now we only have 3 people in the database. Or we can add a new person to the database. Just add John. Oh, the simulator is playing up a bit. John. The age of John, say 30. Add it to the database. And then it's repopulated again in the list. And then if we want to edit any of the people in the database, we can do that as well. So I'll just select Mohammed. I'll change Mohammed's age to 40. Click on update. As you can see, the update was done. So this is the application we'll be creating. The first thing we need to do is to create a new SwiftUI project. We'll call this project SwiftData Tutorial. For the storage, for the moment, just leave it as none. Click on Next. Click on Create. The next thing we need to do is to create our first class. We'll call this class Person Model. So to create your file, you can hold down the Control key, left click on the mouse, select New File. Swift file. Name the file Person Model. We also have to import SwiftData. The next thing we need to do is to define our data model by using a special Swift macro called @model. So we type in @ and model. Next thing we do is to define our actual class. Class Person Model. The model macro tells SwiftData to use this class to create the persistent storage. So the next thing we need to do is to add the properties such as name and age. Var age int var name string. We also need to create an initializer, and include optionals. So age can be 0 if the person doesn't include an age, and name can be blank. And then on lines 17, if the age doesn't contain a value, just assign 0. If the name doesn't contain a value, just include a blank. So this model is similar to a data table that we would have in like other languages such as SQL or Core Data or SQLite or Oracle. We also need to add an extension to enable our properties of person model to be bindable within the text fields. So what we need to do is to add our extension after lines 22. Extension person model struct person details codable var age int optional 0 var name string. The struct conforms to codable, so SwiftData can convert it into a state for persistence and back into a struct when needed. Because SwiftData requires a struct to be encodable for everything to work correctly. The next thing we need to do is to navigate to our SwiftData tutorial app file, include SwiftData, import SwiftData. After lines 15, enter the following: dot model container for person model dot cell. Setting the person model to the content view allows you to work with this model within it and any view the content view navigates to. So this modifier dot model container is telling SwiftData to create our permanent storage, and then it creates this model, person model, in our permanent storage, and it loads the model into the model context, and it also adds the model context to the environment of the view or the window group. In next week's lesson, we will start on the content view to add some interactivity so that the user can add, delete, and update the content information. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like, and subscribe. See you next week.